All right, let's get into it. You have to remember, back in 2006, this book and film just completely took the world by storm. It promised to reveal this ancient truth that could, supposedly, unlock unlimited happiness, wealth, and health. It was called The Secret, and the whole idea was that the key to everything you've ever wanted was hidden in plain sight, right inside your own head.
At the absolute heart of this entire global phenomenon is this one really powerful idea. The proposition that every single thing in your life, the good, the bad, all of it, started out as just a simple thought.
And the book puts this question right to you. What if your mind wasn't just, passively watching the world go by, but was actually the active creator of your reality? That is the electrifying promise we're going to unpack right now.
So according to the author Rhonda Byrne, this wasn't some new age idea she just came up with. No, she claimed that the greatest minds in history, we're talking Plato, Einstein, you name it, they all understood and used this one powerful principle to literally shape their destinies and change the world.
The book's core metaphor is pretty fascinating, right? It argues that reality isn't just a series of random accidents. Instead, the universe is constantly listening, constantly responding to the instructions that you're sending out with your mind. It's like a giant mirror for your inner world.
And that powerful principle, the engine that drives this entire philosophy, well, it has a name: the law of attraction. This is the big reveal. This is the secret. Okay, so the key thing to get here is that the law of attraction is presented as this impartial, universal law, just like gravity. It doesn't judge, it doesn't care if your thoughts are positive or negative, it simply matches the frequency. So if you're constantly thinking about debt, you attract more debt. If you focus on abundance, you get more abundance. A really great way to think about it is like this. Your mind is a powerful radio tower, and it's constantly broadcasting a signal made up of your dominant thoughts and feelings. The universe is the receiver, and it just tunes in and creates a reality that perfectly matches whatever you're broadcasting.
Okay, so if this law is real, how in the world do you actually use it? Well, the book boils it all down to a simple, 3-step creative process. This is the practical how-to guide for manifesting everything you want.
So first step, you have to ask, and with total clarity. Vague desires get you vague results. Second, you have to believe it's already yours, and this means getting rid of every single shred of doubt. And third, you receive by feeling the emotions you would feel if your desire had already shown up. That feeling, that's the fuel.
Now we get to shift from the theory to how you actually apply it. The Secret gives you several practical tools to help get your thoughts and feelings aligned, and it shows you how to aim this law at the biggest areas of life.
So to help with that whole believe and receive part, the book suggests things like creating vision boards to keep your goals front and center, or writing gratitude lists to tune your frequency to positivity. And here's a big one: acting as if you already have what you want. It's all about embodying that feeling of success before it even happens. And this is where the rubber really meets the road. For money, instead of stressing about bills, you're told to visualize wealth. For relationships, you stop focusing on being lonely and you start by loving yourself. For health, you shift your focus away from the sickness and onto the feeling of perfect vitality. You see the pattern? It's all about a radical shift in where you put your attention. But of course, a claim this huge was going to attract a lot of criticism. And it absolutely did. While millions of people were inspired, a lot of critics started raising some really serious ethical and logical questions about the whole philosophy. And this really gets to the heart of the controversy. The promise is total empowerment. You create your own reality. But the criticism is that this just wildly oversimplifies real-world problems like poverty or systemic injustice. And maybe more to the point, if you attract everything to you, does that mean victims of tragedy or illness or abuse are somehow to blame for their own suffering? That's a heavy, heavy critique.
So, this leads us to what I think is the most fascinating part of the whole discussion. What if the power of the secret isn't exactly what it claims to be? What if there's something else going on here?
And here it is, the central question that really reframes the entire debate. Is the universe literally rearranging itself based on your thoughts? Or are the practices in the book just a really clever package for powerful, well-known psychological principles? Let's break this down. The metaphysical view is literal. Your thoughts are actual magnets.
The psychological view, though, says something different. It says that truly believing you'll succeed actually changes your behavior. It makes you more persistent. Focusing on gratitude is scientifically proven to improve well-being. Being optimistic makes you notice opportunities you might have missed otherwise. So the question is the universe responding, or are you just responding differently to the universe?
And this brings us to a really compelling takeaway. Whether you believe in a cosmic law or not, the practices that The Secret encourages, things like mindfulness, optimism, gratitude, and setting clear goals, these are all forms of mental discipline that are, without a doubt, beneficial for achieving success and happiness. Ultimately, whether you see it as metaphysics or a mindset manual, The Secret leaves us with this one profound and pretty empowering question. It forces you to consider the untapped potential of your own mind, and that, maybe, is a secret worth exploring.